Welcome to Wait a Financial Minute. This is Ann Babiars here, and I have a wonderful and special guest, Serge Wacka. Serge is the author and business growth strategist. He is an author and business growth strategist. He's just written his first book. He is an expert in sales, marketing, and communications. He's a true catalyst for success. He helps businesses from independents to large companies to exponentially increase their revenues, optimize their sales, and their marketing strategies, and achieve sustainable growth. And don't we all want that as business owners? I want to welcome you, Sergey, and I'm looking forward to diving in here a little bit to help our readers and our listeners and our watchers have more success in their sales. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here, and to share what I know as
Well,
of today. So
it is a pleasure to have you on the show because I know that you have a lot of valuable information to share because I read your book. And
oh, nice.
there were some very, very key things in there about sales, including you need a process. It's a long game. It's not overnight, sometimes, but not all the time. And it's all about putting the client first.
Exactly. It's definitely as you said. Again, the book also I wrote it because I realized that sometimes we salespeople or every people, because I retain a manager to be a salesperson, a leader to be a salesperson, a father to be a salesperson, a mother to be a salesperson, even a child. We are all salespeople. And one thing that I've realized is that nothing happens until someone sells something. But again, there are ways to sell, because a lot of people, they look at salespeople not in the correct way. Sometimes because the way of most of us, the way we behave in a bad way, I say. And yes, I wanted to transform that aspect of the things. So my book is my truth about sales. To me, we can sell in another way. To me, we can serve people while selling. And this is the most important thing. Serving people first, and then the rest will proceed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what inspired you to write the book? What was what was the key situation or occurrence in your career that said, you know what, this information needs to get out there to help people really improve their processes?
Yes, again, I do have a lot, let's say, almost 2 decades of experience into sales, no? I've encountered a lot of issues when selling. When I was a younger salesperson, a junior one, till now, so I'm still experiencing sometimes a lot of challenges. So the first thing that came into my mind was, how can I help new people being able to sell? This is the first thing. Second was, hey, even experienced people still need help, because again, um, repetition is the mother, the father, the cousin, and put it as you want, of learning, of mastering something. So I realized that I can do something about sales. I can help people with sales. But there is also something that happened to me, and it was a bad experience with a salesperson, right? So I tried to dive deep into how those people are trained, how we are trained. And I said, okay, uh, it's time to come out and to say my thing, my truth. There are other way of selling. You can sell and can be successful by applying certain rules and by being someone else. Like, again, you need to become someone, a good salesperson. I'm talking about the mindset of a salesperson. Then yes, and then start doing stuff in an appropriate way. And again, sales also is a fantastic job. No, you can get a lot of money out of sales. So these are the main reason. So I said, okay, let me put something out there and let's see.
Well, it's very interesting that you say that because when you started off by saying sometimes people look at salespeople in the wrong way, and it's absolutely the truth. Sometimes salespeople are the redheaded stepchildren in the company. Yet
Mhm.
they're the ones that are providing the work and the livelihoods for everybody else in the company. So
Correct.
really, salespeople should be highly revered because they're the ones who are driving the bus.
Exactly. Exactly. I completely agree. In a company, when you don't have salespeople, the probability for you to fail is high. It's extremely high. But again, it's not like if you have a small company, you don't have a salesperson, it means that your company is going to die. It's not the case because again, we can all be good salespeople because we are salespeople, all of us. A manager, a project manager, whoever in a company, we are all salespeople. So it's extremely important to master that field. Again, nothing happens until someone sells something in every area of our lives. It can be debatable, but yes, this is what I think. This is definitely what I think.
Well, and if you could remember back to, let's just go back to your childhood and something
Mhm,
that might have inspired you as you grew up
mhm.
to go into a sales career. What was there anything that you can think of that really inspired you to go into this career, or did you have sort of a more of a rocky start where you were doing a lot of other things and then going into the sales career?
Yes. Um, Let me say, when I was young, when I was uh, yes, when I was born, I couldn't walk almost 4 years. And in every part of the world, let's say normal between the bracket, babies, they are able to walk, let's say at 1 year old, or maybe 9 months, or maybe less. But it took me 4 years to be able to walk. It's true, I couldn't understand the why of that before, because again, uh, people around me were thinking that I was just a lazy person, that maybe I didn't have a lot of muscles, no, to be able to stand up and do what every people can do. As far as I remember, because I still have some images into my head, going to hospital every time with my mom, with my dad, sometimes with some of my aunt, and yes, after 4 years back and forth, uh, I was not working. I was not working at all. Imagine a child who is the fourth born of a family and who always see his siblings playing, right? And you cannot do that. You're playing just into your mind, into your imagination. You wish you could run like them. You wish you could go and see the neighbor. You wish you can just play football. So uh, something happened. Something happened when I was around 4 years old, or almost four, when usually every time I was, let's say, hungry, I was crying. I was just crying. Crying was my way of speaking or talking. So my mom or everyone around me understood that, okay, he's hungry, so we need to take him. Uh, I love milk, right? So they were taking milk to me, so I calmed down. But that day, nothing happened. No one took me the milk. I was crying like crazy, but no one was coming. Probably because they said, he's crying again. He couldn't even stand up to go and pick the milk like his brothers. I don't know. But that day, I don't know where I got the strength to stand up, go and open the fridge and take what I wanted. Everything started that day because I realized that we all face issues when we want to do stuff. We all have our silent battle in certain sense. At a certain stage also of my life, I was extremely shy because it was, can people accept me? Can people will agree on what I'm trying to say? It was not that easy. Let's say I got into sales accidentally, and I realized that sales is like personal development, because everything you encounter into sales, it's like, it's a journey. You grow as a person, you grow as a human being, but also uh, you learn how to serve people. You understand that everything you can do is for others, is to help them overcome something. So yes, so yeah. It was not that easy. I learned also a lot of lessons behind that episode into my life. Is that sometimes you can get rejected several times, or sometimes you can face challenges, but you don't know if the challenge will be only for 1 day, for 2 days, for 3 days. Sometimes you hope that maybe, okay, maybe next week everything will be okay, but sometimes no. It lasts for a month, for 3 months, for years. In my case, it was 4 years before I succeed on just standing up. But again, it's something that change you, right? That transform the way you see stuff, and then you approach also life. And again, that episode of my life, let's say, um, the result of who I am today, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful because if I didn't went through all that, I would have not been the person I am today. I'm pretty much happy. I'm really happy. So, and sales is a fantastic, yeah. It can help you to grow also as a person. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you had like you have we've spoken obviously offline, and I know a little bit about your family and so forth, and you have some pretty inspiring people in your family.
Yes,
So that probably helped you get up and off of that chair too. Um,
exactly.
Wanted to go
Exactly.
out, play, you wanted to meet the neighbor, all of that, and how, when you think about the similarities between really wanting to meet that neighbor, going out and meeting people and really knowing how they tick and whether what you have works for them. That's really the digging that you do, isn't it?
Correct. 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 And correct. I'll never choose to say correct. It's really like that. Um, Approaching life and seeing the neighbor or seeing any other person that you don't know as a person that you can potentially help, serve, or sell something to, uh, it's a game changing into your career. It's really game changing. Again, sometimes it's hard. It's hard because what we expect is directly there. Let's say we want them to buy into what we have to offer them. It can be just, okay, oh, hey, dear neighbor, let's just go and play basketball. Let's just go and play soccer or football or whatever. But sometimes we want him to say yes immediately, to buy into what we have to offer. Sometimes we don't realize that no, it's a process. We need to do that in a certain way for him to accept. It's the same thing in sales. Sometimes we don't realize that maybe we'll say no for the first time, and that you
Mhm.
need to go back, get prepared extremely well. So for the next table, you are going to act in another way, and is your way of success knowing that it takes a process to get stuff done. When you sell something, or when you want to, let's say, help someone or make him buy something that you want to sell to him, don't look at him like he need to say yes. Just sometimes give him the payout, the result of what you're trying to sell to him. So, and then you will succeed, and then you will succeed. And again, it's hard. And if you're having challenge get a mentor, get someone who can help you. Definitely get someone who can help you, a coach, buy a book about sales, do everything you can to succeed. And yes, life also is about that, no? Growing and overcoming the challenges that you can face.
Yeah, well, and what would you say to somebody who is a very shy person who says, "Oh no, I don't want to sell. There's no way I can sell. I have to be behind I'm a person that needs to be behind the scenes."
Mhm.
Do you think that there's that person and there's no possibility that they'll be able to sell? Or do you think that they could if they do a little bit of mindset shifting? What are your thoughts on that, Sergey?
I really think that we can all sell. We all have that capacity, that capability to sell. Look at me. I was extremely shy, introvert, like
Mhm.
saying something when there were more than one person. Oh no, it's not for me. Sales? Oh, no way, it's not for me at all, no way. But again, when you commit to grow, when you commit to get out of your comfort zone every time, you will see the result. You will get what you want. A shy person, or shy between the bracket again, because we are not shy, absolutely not. It's just matter of mindset, how you see life, how you see yourself, those limiting beliefs. Just work on them. Just work on them. You're going to achieve amazing results. Look at me, 20 years into sales. I was the shyest person in the world, I think. But
Well,
I'm able to work everywhere,
you
everywhere
know,
across the world. So everyone can succeed. This is the good news.
what and okay, so now let's talk a little bit about your most challenging sale that you ever made.
Mhm.
Do you want to share anything about a sale like that, or how did you feel when you were able to break through all those barriers and make that sale?
Um, you know, challenges are everywhere and every day, right? Um, I've encountered difficult customer or difficult prospect because before they become customer, they are prospect, right? They don't want to buy. They have all kind of excuse, or sometimes they are like, "Why should I buy? Why?" Sometimes they don't even realize that what you are offering to them will help them, and sometimes also it's not going to help them, right? But again, they are sometimes difficult. But we are all like that. We are reluctant on something new, on new stuff, on new people. So I face that a lot of time, a lot of time. And this is the most difficult part because when they don't know you, they don't want to deal with you.
Mhm.
When they don't trust you, they don't want to deal with you. Sometimes they don't buy your product. They buy who you are. They buy the trust they are putting in you. They buy, yeah, they don't buy your product sometimes. So the the most challenging situation I face were linked to the fact that they don't know me, they don't trust me, they don't know if they are going to do business with me for a longer period of time. So I had to work on it, make sure they trust, make sure to understand what they really want, make sure to give them advice, make sure um, that they know they can rely on me. They can definitely rely that I cover their blind side, that I will always be there. And
Yeah,
from that moment, yes, things
I
does.
I love that. I love that. And when you think about the the skills of acknowledgement and validation. It's all about acknowledging your customer, really seeing them
Exactly.
who they are, and then validating them. And sometimes what you have to sell may not work for them, and you have to be honest too. But
Correct.
one and then there was another thing that we've talked about offline, and that is you're international. You have sold just about everywhere in the world.
Correct.
And so one of those I would think challenges, you've got cultural challenges from one continent to the next, and I think you've been on all of them.
Correct. All of them. All of them.
And
All
you,
of them.
how do you get people, how do you get your salespeople to really understand the differences, the nuances about the people that they're going to be dealing with if they go from the US to France, or if they go to the US to Africa? I mean, there's big differences there.
The differences are huge, but again, it's difficult, but it's doable. So how do I succeed? And what let's say, what is my process to succeed every time I go into another country where the cultural difference is really like there is a huge gap. I try to understand people first. I ask a lot of questions. I don't sell at all. I try to discover the person I'm talking to, and I listen. I listen. I talk like only when I ask question. This help you to understand who your customer is, what are his beliefs, what are his limiting beliefs, and how you can serve him.
Mhm.
It's key. It's key.
So those skills are universal, just
Exactly.
it, but it's
Just
just,
apply them.
yeah, I guess
Just apply them.
that's so true. And then there's also the other side of it too, right? When you're having to travel across continents, when you've got to set up meetings with people, all of those little things that you don't think about, and knowing how the culture works and the company that you're dealing with or the client that you're dealing with is so important. And I believe you covered a little bit of that in your book, at least, to
Yes.
get people clued into that.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. So yes, for everyone listening to this podcast, this video, grab a copy of the book. You're going to see
Absolutely. It's
things that you're
very
going to
well
like.
done.
Yes, really grab a copy. Really grab a copy, and it's going to help you. I'm pretty sure it's going to
Oh,
help you.
absolutely. And well, let's talk a little bit about, so we talked about your most challenging sale.
Mhm.
Your easiest sale, your most smooth sale?
Let's say it was, let me joke a bit, at home, all right, with my mom when I wanted something. I just do like this, and then I know she will do everything for me, right? That one was the easiest one. But again, um, sales start becoming easy when you know how to do, because again, the fruit of everything good in life always start with a lot of challenges. But as soon as you overcome those challenges, your limiting belief, when you fix your mindset, when you walk in a certain way, when you uh, uh, you set your goal when you want to do your things, you have a good time management. Again, it's a process, and stuff become easy the more you master it. It becomes really easy, so you can just sit down and serve people like smiling. They can pay you like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Yes, just because you master this skill, huh, of selling. So it's not easy, huh? It's not easy, but you
Well,
can learn.
it can be, as you said, it's all about acknowledging, really understanding your customer and what their needs are, how you
Exactly.
can serve them. You like we talked about a little bit earlier in the conversation, maybe you don't have anything that can fill what they need, but at least you're listening and you're not
Correct.
going to steer them into something that doesn't work. That's a key thing right there.
Correct.
And your book goes into the personal development aspects of sales. It goes into
Exactly.
just little techniques that people may or may not know, but it's good
Hmm.
reminders.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you were to give aspiring salespeople two pieces of advice, what would they be?
The first one will be immediately you're going to succeed. It's just matter of learning and knowing that the the illiterate of this 21st century are not those who cannot read or those who cannot write something, but the illiterate of this 21st century are those who can learn, unlearn, and relearn. First thing. The second will be approach sales like you're serving your customer. Have that mindset. You're serving him. He will feel it and he will buy. And the third thing, let me add also something more. You can have a very good career in sales. You can have a lot of money in sales because you're the game changer of any company. You're the
That's
game, you
absolutely
are
true.
the, you are really the center of every company. So learn it, apply those small tips, those strategy, work on yourself, be self-aware on everything you can do and you cannot do. Work on them and you will be amazing. You will just be amazing.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show today,
Oh, thank you.
your
Thank
day.
you, Anne.
And now, how can people get a hold of you if they want to, if they would like to engage in some of your services, maybe some help? I know we're going to be putting the link to the book below this video, so that'll be
Mhm.
out there. But is there any other way people can reach you that you'd like to provide?
Oh, sure. I create different companies so but people can on all the social media, no? So Facebook strategies by Serge Wacka. You will see my name below there. On Instagram is the same. On TikTok, you can reach out to me. You can write me a message. I will reply immediately, or the team will be more than happy to provide you a response as soon as possible. And very soon also you will see me pretty much everywhere, the interview and just reach out to me on social media and I will be more than happy to listen from you and to help you.
Excellent. Well, again, I want to thank you, and I hope we can have you back again. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
thank you.
And
Thank you so much, Anne.
I think you've provided our watchers, listeners, and readers with a lot of great information. So much appreciated.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you, Anne. Thanks to you. And thanks to all the listeners. I hope at least the few things that we have shared can help you. If not, reach out to us, reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to provide you more information and to support you during your journey.
Excellent.
Thank you.